Good afternoon and welcome to today's webinar, Maximise Sales Generated from Your Christmas Marketing Campaign. My name is Daryl Giles from CCIQ and I'm your facilitator for today. Alongside me, I'm delighted to welcome Desley Cowley of Spruker Hire, and she will take you through today's presentation. Whether you've planned additional marketing to capture more sales this Christmas or not, it's important to consider how you can maximise the Christmas retail period. In this webinar, Desley will show you how you can maximise sales generated by your marketing campaign. First, some tips to get the most from today's session. We will be online for about 45 minutes, and following the main presentation, there will be an opportunity for questions and answers. Please send through your questions using the text box on screen. At the end of the presentation, we will collate all the questions and answer as many as possible. Following the session, we will email all participants a copy of today's presentation, a link, and additional supporting information. So now I'll hand over to Spruker Hire's Desley Cowley to take you through today's webinar.
Thanks, Daryl, and I'm pleased to be here. My name is Desley Cowley. I'm an independent licensed shopping centre manager, keynote speaker, facilitator and trainer at Spruker Hire. I have 26 plus years shopping centre management marketing experience in 4 states, and I've been fairly successful in improving retailer profits, centre occupancy, customer numbers and community access. Today's webinar is about maximising sales generated from your Christmas marketing campaign. And of course, a lot of this is applies all year round, but this is, for most retailers, the best time to capitalise and often where you make your profits. So we need to be sure that you're getting the best business that you can. So we're looking at focusing on increasing your customer numbers, increasing average sale per customer, and increasing the existing customer spend. Our case study for today is Tony and Lynn Woodbourne from Cheese and Deli Kitchen, Clontarf. Thank you so much, Tony and Lynn, for submitting your business to be considered today in our case study. Their website is cheesedelykitchen.com, bringing gourmet food to the man in the street at affordable prices. From their survey form, I know that they do have a marketing plan and that they sell at markets, festivals and by party plan. Their 3 biggest problems are building their brand, which is their #1 concern, selling only at markets and online. They have only seconds to sell before they move on, and they want to focus on also keeping their costs down without impacting on their customers' experience. So before we start, there's a survey from timetrade.com which explains why customers aren't buying in store. And the top survey findings are that 90% can't find the right person to help them. 85% leave without purchasing when they can't find the right person. And 90% are likely to buy when helped by a knowledgeable person. You can find the full report at the link on the page, the PowerPoint page, slide, that's the word. So the anatomy of a sales associate according to shoppers, again the same survey from Time Trade. Shoppers like a sales associate who's knowledgeable about the products, informed about the customer, if they're a regular customer, their purchase history, and that they're prompt, that they are acknowledged when they walk in the door. You don't have to be able to serve them straight away, just acknowledge them. But before we start, I want you to be realistic about your goals. Be real. Are you tired, worn out, over it? Do you have significant staffing problems? Have you got sufficient working capital and cash flow to keep you going? If you don't have sufficient working capital and cash flow, you're not going to be able to have the stock levels in your shop to be able to maximise your Christmas sales. If you've got staffing problems, you need to deal with them. And if you're tired, worn out and over it, well, you need to deal with that as well, or you won't be maximising your sales. So be rested, refreshed and relaxed. Take a break. Even 2 days shut off will re-energise you. Turn off the phones, go somewhere, go camping, anywhere. Just get away for 2 days. The business won't go belly up in 2 days. Solve staffing problems and, if needed, enlist CCIQ assistance. Don't leave it until after Christmas. It will cost you so much more if you've got unhappy staff or staffing issues that you don't deal with beforehand. Talk to your bank, your investors, your landlord now before it's too late if you have financial struggles that are going to impact on your Christmas ability to maximise your Christmas sales. And finally, detachment is the key, detachment is the key, detachment is the key. If you focus on one day at a time, achieving what you need to achieve that day, and don't stress about what's going to happen in the future, you'll be way more successful and a whole lot happier. So increasing customer numbers, you certainly need, if you don't already have an online presence. You should have a web page and an e-commerce site. You should be involved with social media and maybe even having a newsletter. You don't have to be delivering newsletters weekly or even monthly. You could deliver a quarterly newsletter, and as long as it's newsy and informative, you will find that your database will grow. Use your social media well. So if you don't already have a Facebook page and Instagram, you should start one and just start learning the process. Having something is better than having nothing. But if you have been a seasoned Facebook and Instagram and any other social media user, make sure that you absolutely take the time to maximise the value of that in your business leading up to Christmas. Regularly promote your specials. Do regular informative posts. Post special offers, and those special offers don't always have to be discounts on, your new in stock. They certainly shouldn't be, but you might have some clearance stuff that you need to clear out to make way for the new stock. Post those on your social media. Special interest information. Ask your customers to check in on Facebook on arrival when they come. As soon as your staff or you engage with your customer, ask them to check in on Facebook so that their friends know that you're there. Encourage your customers to write a positive review. Create an online shop where you are encouraging your customers to collect in store. Attracting passerby attention. I don't know how many times in my 26 plus years in shopping centres where I've had retailers come and complain that there's just no customers coming in their door, and yet they're right outside one of the majors like Woolworths, Big W, Kmart or Coles, who are doing quite nicely, thank you, and in most cases, the majors sales are increasing, and yet the store the retail specialty store is struggling. Don't go wasting money on external media if you're not taking advantage of all of the ways that you can increase your attracting the passerby attention, using signage, movement, smells. Have a spruiker or demonstrator or brand ambassador outside your store during the busy peak trading periods. Maximise the use of your visual displays. Run little competitions. Have a clearance rack of special offers. Other opportunities. Don't miss the opportunity to set up media releases to mainstream media and magazines. It's very, very easy once you collect up your little database of local media that you'd like to be exposed in to actually post to their to their websites now to issue your media release. I've just recently had a media release posted on the social media side of the local newspaper, as well as published in its entirety, simply because I posted it straight onto their website. And they even added my photo because my photo's up there on social media, so make sure you have a pretty good photo. Pop-up shops, casual mall leasing space. It's available to tenant retailers at a discounted rate usually, and in some cases free. You can negotiate with your landlord or centre manager, and it's available to external tenants. There are retailers that do nothing but casual mall leasing, and they travel around the countryside and they do very, very well. May take advantage of the pop-up shops, casual mall leasing space in your local shopping centre. If you are in a shopping centre and you're a shopping centre tenant or even a pop-up shop, take advantage of the freebies that your shopping centre management offer you. Every shopping centre I've ever worked in has all offered free PA announcements, free poster displays on their poster stands throughout the entire centre, not just near your store. Free posts on their website, and they certainly do social media. You'll usually find that the fan base that that your shopping centre has on social media and the views that they get on the website are possibly way more than you have on your own website, it's absolutely worth your while to make sure that you do take advantage of all of these things. It's 5 minutes extra for you to create something to post on those sites, and it's lots of hundreds, thousands of dollars worth of free publicity for you. Other ways of increasing your customer numbers is through incentives. Have how-to classes. Get creative about how you teach customers how to use your product so they want to come back for more. Share with a friend. Encourage them to share their experience with their friends. Offer to promote VIP events. Bring a friend. Do themed events. Again, bring a friend. My sister used to own the Mango Tree restaurant at Wamuran, which is no longer in operation. We're going back way in the day, but Wamuran's in the pineapple, out west of Caboolture in pineapple country, and they had people coming from all over North Brisbane just every week, because every week they'd have a themed event. Discounts, free gifts with next purchase. It doesn't always have to be your latest product. It can be something that you're clearing out, but something of value for your customers that you can offer that could be worth more to them than it is to you. Another way is partnering cross-promotion with surrounding retailers. If you can run a VIP event. So with a recent shopping centre that I've been managing, there is a pharmacy and they have regular VIP evenings where they partner with the local hairdresser, the local food retailer to provide the catering, the local fashion store, and they invite all of the local women to come along and see the latest and greatest in the makeups and perfumes that they sell. They literally sell thousands of dollars worth of product on the evening, and the other retailers that are involved also gain benefit. If the fashion store, sometimes it might be a national retailer and they may not be willing to open additional hours, they can also offer a discount voucher for the customer to come back the next day. Which leads on to the next thing, discount vouchers, free offers from participating retailers as a thank you for shopping with you. Package your product with other retailers and both promote through your networks, exposing each of you to new markets. So if you've all got databases, sure, some of those customers will be consistent, and you don't even have to share your database and risk the breaking the confidentiality. But if you create a media release or a VIP event invitation and you each send invitations to your database, you'll all be exposed to new markets. Distribution networks, you can maximise the value of your CCIQ membership by taking advantage of their distribution networks, and you can talk to your local CCIQ rep to find out more about that. And I'll talk more about Yaya with our case study. So applying to our case study, I did speak with Tony and Lynn with Lynn from Cheese and Deli, and one of the things that we talked about was online presence. If they increase the number of posts, they already are fairly active on their social media and on their website, but if they do daily posts, add recipes, ask their customers to add recipes, customer pics at their parties, stories, locations of their regular market spots and dates pinned and or in about the page, and a link to their calendar on their website. All of this information needs to be kept up to date so that when customers come to the Cheese and Deli website, they're going to find out and know what's going on all over the place. Attracting passerby attention, because Tony and Lynn offer their product at markets and they do have refrigerated display cabinets for their cheeses and no doubt possibly for their wines. It's important that they get out the front with their customers and perhaps have a fine dining table and maybe create an event around serving a couple, members of the public, maybe even an engaged couple, to create this romantic environment that's going to draw attention to their display and to their their mall stand as opposed to their neighbours. They should also be doing media releases, winners of competitions, and of any guest appearances that they might have of celebrity chefs or celebrity presenters, or even spruikers, so that customers know about it. There's not much point having Lane Beachley come along and talk if you've got a sports store if nobody knows she's there. The other thing that Tony and Lynn can do is improve distribution, so partnering with other established party plan companies such as Yaya. Yaya is your inspiration at home, and that's a range of spices and condiments to accompany your food, and that would go very, very well with the cheese and deli product range. Tupperware, of course, would be perfect for storing these goods, so these would be possible partners for a party plan product. Tupperware, of course, have also been going into shopping centres and doing casual leasing as well to increase their party plan demonstrators, to draw more demonstrators in and to also promote their products. So Tupperware is possibly a good connector for any other small business. So if you wish to increase your average customer sale, a lot of retailers get a little bit antsy, or their staff don't like the idea of trying to come up with an add-on sale like, would you like fries with that? They just get that in their head about the Macca's, would you like fries with that? But the goal, if your goal is always to help your customer solve their problems and offer them more of what they may want, you can't go wrong. They can just say no, but they'll be so grateful. Examples of great examples of, times that I've been offered add-on selling and been very happy to have received the advice is extra foils or treatment with a hair service, batteries with electronic goods, cake of the day with coffee, not that I want that too often, fashion accessories with my outfit, a wheel alignment with the tyres. I don't know how many times I've gone and replaced my tyres on my car and not been offered a wheel alignment, not thought of it if my husband didn't remind me, and worn the tyres out more quickly as a result. And certainly investment advice. Recently I went to a local hairdressing salon, a national name, and they have a little form that you fill out when you arrive, and they go talk to you before the service and find out what it is that you'd like to do today, and then they come back and give you a price. In that process, they'll always add treatments and foils and eyebrow tint and eyelash tint, and they'll come back with your price before you actually say yes, go ahead. So you as a customer have got the opportunity to say no thanks, I don't want all of those services, and reduce the price, but chances are that probably more than half of the customers will say yes to everything that they've suggested and be very happy to do so. You can set up something similar in your business as well. So for our case study, increasing the average sale per customer, some ways that they can do that is they can offer cheese and wine packages, free cheese and wine tastings, incentives to sign up online now for regular delivery packages, e.g. $10 off, anything, free something with the offer. Cross promotion with neighbouring stall holders at their market stall, at the fine dining table setup that I talked about before, and to have a responsive website. One of the things that I did notice when I looked at the Cheese and Deli website on my laptop was that on the screen the menu options for choosing the different pages does not show. But they've got this beautiful display of the cheeses and naming the cheeses, what type they are. But I sort of clicked on the names thinking that's where I clicked until I scroll down. So it's important that you look at your website on all devices and see what it looks like so that you can make sure that it is user-friendly and easy to follow. So increasing efficiency, customer frequency, how often can you entice your customers to return? So the goal is for customers to shop X more times each cycle. If you're a grocery shop, if your average shopper's shopping weekly, your goal should be to get them in there twice weekly. If you're a hairdressing service and your average customer comes in every 8 weeks, your goal would be to get them back every 6 weeks. And if you're a takeaway food shop and your customers are visiting you weekly, your goal would be to try to get them in daily. And once you set up those goals, it's much easier to set targets on how you're going to go about creating that environment to make them want more. And thank you for it. So how can you do that? You need to, really, as we've said before, be vigilant and post regularly on your Facebook and social media pages. Don't be afraid to post regularly. You'll soon find out if you get lots of complaints about over-posting, but most people aren't on there all day, every day, and if you're posting 3 or 4 times a day, they'll probably only see one of them anyway. Newsletter, email promotions and special offers. Offer creative daily menu specials if you're in food and not the same food every day. Have something extra, something different that's special on every day, so that if you've got lunchtime customers that are coming in, that they're getting a bit of variety. That's one of the reasons they won't come back every day, is because they don't want the same ham and salad roll every day. Well, some do, but a lot of them just want a bit of variety, so they'll usually choose to go to different food outlets just for that variety. And if you're offering that in store, you'll get the customers. Free service if they return within an agreed time frame, e.g. the hairdresser. Collectibles, return for the next piece in the set or sticker for the poster. We have usually in a shopping centre you'll see those guys that sell pottery, and they come around once or twice a year with their pottery, and there's always an extra piece. They collect the database of customers and they let them know they're coming back, and this trip you can get the teapot or the extra coffee mugs or whatever. If you create a collectible, they'll return for the next piece. Consumables, exclusive products that need to be replenished so that they want to come back to you because your chai tea is better than everybody else's, or your coffee, or whatever your product is. If it's a consumable, and you create that environment where yours appears to be better in the eyes of your customer, and they'll come back for more. How-to classes. Bunnings do it, how to hammer those 2 pieces of wood together, how to build a cubby house, how to bake that bread using that yummy wholemeal flour. How-to classes are just a wonderful way of increasing your customers and creating add-on sales. VIP events, themed events, special offers for your customers' friends, and partnering with neighbouring businesses. Okay, so how do we apply this to our case study for Tony and Lynn at Cheese and Deli? Again, if we talk about partnering and cross-promoting with a winery, with Yaya, guest visiting knowledge experts will bring their customers back more regularly. They need to be really on top of it and be promoting even a 12-month calendar if they can of events to bring people back to those market stalls every more regularly than they're coming now. Likewise with the party plan, to encourage customers to book a party, doing that cross-promoting will help there. Customer recipes, free tastings, more frequent competitions, and classes, bulk bookings, e.g. 10 weeks of classes at a time. So if they book in advance, a bit like your children with their swimming classes, or their ballet, the ballet teachers usually get them to book 10 weeks in advance, and if you can't go on that week, you don't get your money back because nobody else can take that spot because you paid for it, so you're getting that money up front, which helps with cash flow. So an example of a way that Cheese and Deli could increase their interest for their product is similar to Canangra Heights, which is a restaurant at Yeppoon on the Capricorn Coast, where I live in central Queensland. They've developed this wine flights idea where they have our wine flights have been designed to take your taste buds on a journey. The food has been carefully paired with each wine to ensure that you get a full-bottled flavour, full-bodied flavour experience. It's a great way for them to introduce non-wine drinkers, or like me, I don't drink wine very often, to how they should be able to mix the right wine with the right food to enjoy the taste of both far better. So, a summary: increasing sales. Create a culture with your team so they want to work on achieving your targets. Set daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals. Ask your team what they could do, what they think they could do to increase your sales daily, weekly, monthly. If you share your overall goals with them and ask them to create their own ways and means of achieving their individual goals, you'll engage them in the process, and they'll be more likely to want to be involved and help you grow the sales. So how can I help you? The Spruker hire products and services for the entire retail community. We have another e-workshop which will, on the 4th of February through CCIQ, which will allow us 90 minutes to go through this process in more detail and some of the things we've covered today in this short lunchtime webinar. So if you'd like to book now, you'll be able to book. It's already up to enable you to do that. And if you'd like to be the case study for the 90-minute workshop, we will certainly be able to go into more detail. So we'd love to get your submission as soon as possible for that. I would be very happy to be a keynote speaker and talk about why spruiking is back. And I have a free directory access to my talent directory for retailers and businesses. If you're looking for a spruiker, cooking demonstrator, bingo caller, brand ambassador for your Christmas promotion, if you just log on to the talent directory at sprukerhire.com, you are required to register, but registration is free and also gives you access to some free resources. I have Spruker Hire sales training and online talent directory for retail talent, and I offer retail training for your staff on how to spruik, so that you should really engage an external professional to spruik for you in the busy time so that your staff can focus on the sales. But during quiet times, like with hairdressing salons on quiet Tuesdays, if your staff knew how to spruik, they could pop on the microphone when they're sitting around doing nothing and maybe get you that extra sale or two a day on the quiet days. I have the Spruker Hire GLC method workshops, Grow, Leverage, Create, and for shopping centre owners, managers and developers, the Retail Road to Recovery, which is a couple of months long, and for retail communities, the Community Builder Major Promotion, which I'd love to share and talk to you more about. You can connect with me on all of these social media links, and I'd be very happy to meet you through these networks, and those links will be up on the slides when you get issued with the slides after the event today. So that concludes my presentation today. I'd like to make some special offers for CCIQ members and webinar listeners. An introductory discovery session to troubleshoot a current challenge, 15 minutes, absolutely free. An extended consultation, a concentrated session on a significant challenge or idea that requires further development, which is valued at $450, you can have for $150 just for listening to me today. And then the Grow, Leverage, Create workshop series, coaching and training sessions delivered on site at your premises, includes comprehensive follow-up report valued at $3,500. The 3-day program, save $1,000, $2,500 for webinar listeners and CCIQ members. These offers are valid for the bookings made before the 30th of November. You don't have to actually take up the consultation or the workshops before the 30th of November, but as long as they're booked before then. Thank you.
Thank you, Desley, for an informative presentation discussing how to maximise your sales from Christmas marketing campaigns. It is now time for our question and answer session. So please send through your questions for Desley using the text box on screen, and she will answer as many as possible in the remaining minutes. We've had a couple have come through early, so we'll start straight away. First one, how do I come up with an idea to cross-promote that would benefit another business?
Thanks, Daryl. That's a great question. The best way to do it is if you have a group of retailers around you, whether you're in a shopping centre or in the street, that you think that you'd like to partner with, I would suggest that you go to them and talk to them and say that you're thinking about this and you'd love to have a brainstorming session. So if you're a pharmacy and you'd like to link up with the food retailer to provide food and run a VIP event, and the hairdresser and the fashion store, pop in and see them, see if you can get them together to have a chat about what you could do and how you could do it. And I'm absolutely confident that once you get together, that your brains will all be pinging, that you'll have more ideas than you can come up with, and it'll be more a matter of choosing which one to run with.
Sharon would like to know, have you got any quick suggestions to help an accounting firm?
Actually, I do. I was a senior business advisor for the Queensland Small Business Corporation many years ago, and we used to run in partnership with local accountants and consulting firms a series of 10 by 10 workshops. So we'd have 10 workshops and invite 10 small business owners to attend these workshops. And over the 10 weeks, we would cover different topics that are important to small business. So financial management, of course, is one of them. The legal implications of another. I'd be happy to dig out my old files and look at some of the workshop content models that we did have for those workshops. Are very successful. We very rarely had anybody drop off in the 10 weeks. We did offer them for free, and out of that you would generally get, you will certainly get business. That would be my first suggestion, and you could be running 3 or 4 of those a year. And once you get the process, once you get known for it, you'll have people asking to be part of it. And it also gives you the opportunity to partner with local law firms and other businesses that you'll generate other business out of, as well as they recognise, problems that their customers and clients may have that you can help them with.
So Sharon should perhaps get in touch with you at a later time. A follow-up question is, how do I get my staff to understand the importance of upselling or adding on selling?
Yes. I think that the way to do that is to get them together and have a chat to them about your goals and dreams and visions for your business and what you need to do to achieve that, and that increases, and part of that is increasing the sales, and then ask them for their input on what they want, what they want to get out of working for you, and how they suggest that together you can work to to make that happen. Get them to come up with their own ideas about how they should help you increase your sales, so that they're getting value out of, a sense of achievement out of working towards your goals. And I think you'll find that you, again, pinging once you're sitting down together, take the time away from the business with the doors closed, even if it's just for an hour, straight after or straight before. Usually I find morning meetings work better, because people then go off to work feeling highly energised and motivated than at the end of the day when they just want to get home and sit down and watch television. So gather them together, ask them for their ideas, and encourage them. One of the retailers that I recently did some workshops for, the staff came to the training and the manager didn't, and the staff were complaining that they were forever coming up with ideas that their boss poo-pooed, and so they felt deflated and unloved and unwanted, and not very, it wasn't a good experience. So just really making them feel that their ideas are valued will be a big help.
A lot of small business owners aren't up to speed with social media, or simply just haven't got time to get onto Facebook and Twitter and the like. So what do you suggest where they should start?
The big thing, I guess, is to just start. The beauty of all social media now is that they have such easy, I guess, social media for dummies type learning online. So if you go online and say, that you want to start a page, it will pretty well walk you through it. The important thing, if you've never done it before, is to just get up there. Don't stress about all the fancy things everyone else might be doing with Facebook. Just get up there and get started. And once you do that, you will find that your staff will get involved, your customers will get involved. I, again, was recently, a couple of years ago, on one of the promo stands for a promotion, a Win a Tinny promotion, and I did the relief lunch work, and part of the promotion for customers to get extra entries into the competition was to check in on social media. And most of the people that came up to the stand did not know how to do that. I only knew how to do it on my phone, but I quickly learned within the first lunch break how to do it on every other type of phone known to man. So you'll soon learn, because it's just such a social environment that everybody wants to help you. Equally, if you're already on social media and you know the basics, step up to the next level, find out what else you can find out about. Take advantage when those Facebook things pop up and say, why don't you do this? Have a read through and see how you can do it. Just start, I guess, is the summary.
Well, thank you. That's all the questions we have time for today. So I'd like to thank Desley Cowley from Spruker Hire and everyone who has joined us for today's session. And don't forget that CCIQ has a range of webinars and events coming up over the next month or so, including Noel No-Nos, Christmas Party Conduct with CCIQ's EAL team on December 1, Preparing Your Business for the Storm Season with the Queensland Government on December 8 and 9, and of course Desley's e-workshop on February 4. If you want to find out more about the upcoming webinars, go to the CCIQ events page to book your place. Thanks again for joining us today. My name is Daryl Giles from CCIQ, and I look forward to welcoming you to another webinar in the very near future.